G'day folks, Tony again here for more Let's Play The Flame in the Flood. So in addition to being a little bit wet, we're also a little bit thirsty, so let's solve that problem pronto. That's looking much nicer, and we'll grab some more charcoal from there so that we have potential to make some more water filters. Now with yon rabbits running around here, I think this is a fine opportunity for us to be trying to get some more snares made and potentially some more rabbit fur would be quite handy. Now I'm not sure what it is that we may or may not be missing to make these things. So let's have a quick look. Braided cord, alright, well I should be able to make plenty of that. So let's get onto that nice and quick. So if we've got 4 of them, whoops. That's enough for us to make 2 snares, and I think that should do us fairly nicely. Yahoo buckaroo. Alright. Where to put things? Seems to be no shortage of potential rabbit holes here, so I guess let's try this one. Seeing as there's clearly rabbits around here. We'll plant one there. We might try and follow this other rabbit as well and see where they get to. Alright, so there would seem like another logical place to position one. Turn it so we can see it. There we go. Going to go for the old triple snare trick here. Nicely done. Like clockwork. And that should allow us now to place another snare over this same location. Good. I suspect we might be getting close to needing to cook some of this meat that we picked up as well. Let's just have a look. Spawns after 4 days. All right. So we'll just go and make our way back to where our fire was. So we've got some dry tinder. We're going to use that to light the fire. That's going to unwet us, and we will cook some of these things. So let's just have a check and see how long that cooked meat lasts. 6 days, and that will spoil after 4. And I assume that 6 resets when we cook something. So we might cook a couple of them. But then we might also leave some of them, and we'll have to check back in on those later. Good. Can we also grab... No, fire is not out. We can't grab charcoal from it. That would be madness. And I think I heard the snare go off again. Correct. Beautifully done. So we have a bunch of rabbit material, shall we say, that we should be able to use. But let's get looting first. Plenty of jars we're picking up here, so I'm going to take advantage of being able to gas up. And with the salt that we just found before, we should also be able to make some more jerky, which I think would be a nice way of utilising some of that raw meat that we just found. Good-o. Ooh, nice, a raft schematic. That's very much the kind of thing that we've been looking for. Although it would still be nice to find some more stitching kits. A little bit of garlic over here. How are we doing? Okay, our stone knife is nearly busted. So we're going to have to make a new one of them pretty soon. What's that going to require? We're going to need a sapling. Oops, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, just some braided cord. We've got plenty of flint, so that will be fine to patch up later if we need to. 2 gas. Let's grab another set of gas from here. It's much easier to find puddles of water around, I guess, than to find gas stations. So I don't mind using a little bit of our air quotes limited supply of jars on gas. What are you barking at? Okay, yucca, yucca, yucca. Very good. Have I missed anything? Don't think so. And there's another rabbit there, but I don't think I have any more saplings. Do we have a metal hammer yet? We do not have a metal hammer. Let's give that a go so that we have it. Groovy. And we'll use that as well. I think that's probably a good choice. We don't have any of them at the moment, so let's get a few of them up and running so that we have them if we need them. Might get it all the way up to a stack of 10 while we're in this, air quotes, safe area. Wow, that pouch really did wonders for our inventory as well. All right. Yes, indeed, it is getting colder and colder, and I still have not made enough clothes. What did you find, Aesop? Whoa, look out. Here comes the night time. And the wolves are out and about. That fire seems to be keeping them at bay. Let's just check that. It is indeed. All right, well, that's handy to know. Do I have any arrows? Let's see if we can take down one of these. Whoops. That is not what I meant to do. Let's see if we can take down this smaller looking wolf. Still not done. And it looks like they ran away. I guess I hit them too many times and they're not feeling too great. All right. That's interesting to know. I'm pretty sure I took down one of those wolves before with a single shot, but I guess I was... I guess I shot it in the right spot, or I got a lucky shot. I'm really not sure. Time to move a heap of things to that raft, I think. That can definitely go. Keep those, I'll keep those. That can go. That can go. That can go. That can go. And... Alright. Looking pretty good. So what do we got here? We've got ourselves 2 raft schematics. That will surely be handy. Raft hardware 1. That's probably our limiting factor at the moment. We just use all our nuts and bolts to build a metal hammer and a raft frame. All right, we've got ourselves heaps of inventory here, which is nice. We might move those rags. Okay, we're going to move that back to our bag. And... let's see, let's move that to the bag as well. We'll move that there. So Aesop's kind of carrying around all of the potential things that we could use to make pretty much everything here at the moment. But we can't really build too much. We can't really craft or sew too much at the moment because we just have no stitching kits. So that's a bit of a bummer. But it's just the way it goes. Let's continue onwards down this merry river and see where we end up. So I'm going to preference over to the right-hand side here and see if we can make it to... I guess this one's immediate, so we'll try here first. Both of these structures look like they could contain something useful. For example, Empire Liquor often has alcohol. I guess that makes sense, but it probably also has wolves. And now I'm listening to the singing. Saplings and wolves indeed, yes, okay. So there's only one of them at the moment. So we're just going to try and keep that wolf at bay by doing a little bit of scooching. Oh dear. A little bit too cocky there. Nick off. No. Quit it. Alright, we should be able to solve that laceration problem relatively easily. So we have plenty of alcohol and rags and what have you. So get that done. Good, good, good. Alright. Now I don't know if the effectiveness of shoeing with... Oh, goodness. Well, I guess that answered that question. The effectiveness of, of being able to shoe the wolf does seem to wear off with time. So I guess handy lesson learned there. Good thing we have a good stash of these things here. So I don't think we're going to push our luck there at the moment. And I also don't think that I have enough material to build a spear trap and take them down. And I also don't believe that I have any arrows right now. One sapling, it's really not worth it, especially if I'm going to start running out of potential flint as well. Okay. What to do, what to do. Where is it? Spear trap. I need 3 saplings. I'm just way short of them, and I'm sure there are some around there, but that wolf's already given us enough grief. So let's just keep rocking and rolling. Don't think we're going to be able to make it all the way over that 44 meters over here, but let's give it a red hot go. Spencer, nice. It's maybe a little crash on the raft there as we came in, but let's have a look and see what we can find. Here comes the dawn. Hopefully that's going to mean less wolves. Nice. Whoa, that was a close call. That snake right there nearby. Raft schematic, nice. I don't know how to scare away snakes. Off the top of my head, maybe a torch would do it. I believe a torch is something we can craft. Let's have a look. Do we have enough to craft a torch? We do. It's going to take 1 alcohol. Scare off fearful creatures. Kind of not willing to spend that alcohol that we just picked up on it, because I do kind of want to have them for bandages, seeing as I keep getting hit by things. Getting a good haul of nuts and bolts here, which is very nice. There's another snake over there in the shade. A little hard to see. It's the real problem here with Aesop kind of warning us of all of these snakes, is that there seem to be so many things around for him to bark at and growl at that sometimes it can get a little sometimes it can get a little tricky trying to figure out what is important with his signalling and what isn't. Wow, I was leaning my head around like crazy trying to look around that corner. So hopefully I don't get all weird and muffled on the audio recording there. God, I'm really feeling the really feeling the closeness to the edge of the screen when I'm trying to see what's what. And these lightning flashes I may have mentioned before, with that extreme whiteout that you get as they flash, can make it mighty difficult to spot things. All right, so we've got ourselves a water pump here. We're going to fill up a jar while we're here, which is going to save us one use of a water filter. There we go, because that just goes straight to clean water. And I think as we head on back to the raft here, we might just do a quick crafting check and see what we can make now. Oh, that's lovely. We've got enough to build a spear trap, and I do want to build one of them and have it in and actually have it in our oh, I could use that as well. That would be very handy. I'll have to keep that in mind, because that will definitely kill wolves too. Alright, what are we missing? That, we definitely want another one of them. 2 saplings remaining, 2 flint remaining, and a steel knife. Well, we've got a spear trap. I don't really want to make arrows right now, because that spear trap should help take care of things. Let's just do a quick scan through everything else again. Nothing immediately pressing, but I do think it's time for us to eat something. So we'll have one of those. And what do we got left on this meat? 4 days still, that's plenty of time. And thus begins the moving shenanigans. That stays with us, that goes to the raft, that goes to the raft, that goes to the raft. Rafty, rafty, raft. Cool. So we are looking like we're sort of cold and miserable. We don't have any shelter on the raft yet. Maybe that's another thing to keep in mind when we try and do a future upgrade. So here we go, in the rain and the miserable cold weather, trying to make our way through these rapids. There's just no good path through some of these sections. Kind of don't want to mention the fact that I haven't hit things in the rapids for quite a while, in case I jinx it. Didn't want to risk trying to grab that loot either. Putting all of these tempty shiny things just outside my reach, presumably in the hopes that I'm going to try and grab one of them and drastically mess up. All right, let's see if we can steer. No, not that way. Over here, please. Grab that loot. Jerky, good call. And this is what I was trying to make our way towards. So I think it's time to see if we can add a cool upgrade to our raft. Let's have a look. What, oh what can we do? We can give ourselves a sturdy frame or a raft shelter. Now the shelter would be nice as a place to be able to sleep later on, but I think I'm going to go for the sturdy frame. Because I do want to try and just kind of bulk up our raft's ability to take a bit of a beating. And we'll bump that up a little bit, keep a little bit of lumber in place. What would be the next thing? I mean, that motor would be handy too, I guess, but at some stage they're all going to be good. But I think so far we've done a pretty good job of grabbing the good ones. And that constant wetness that we're under here with the colder weather is really starting to wear away at us too. Yep. Let's try and head over here to this hardware station. Quite aggressive with our steering. There we go. Oof. That dock doesn't look like it's right in the middle of the rapids, but fine. Here we are at Chalice, run this gauntlet of potential wolvery again. I'm not sure that we're far enough through the... Oh, look out. There we go. I'm not sure that we're far enough through the game yet to... it's not even worth it. To be encountering bears. But we're probably not that far away. I also have the feeling that we've been in this sort of section of the game world for a fair while now. Unless I missed a transition there at some point. Oh, this is looking tight. Through under the bridge. Oh dear, 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 dear. Let's go this way. Can I... What? How am I even supposed to... Oh, I see. Well, that was a bit of a red herring there. Yeah, I'm not sure we've been into a new section for a while yet. There's a lot of... there's still a lot of these big cranes and industrial-looking areas. What have we got here to loot? Grubs. Lovely. So at the risk of pushing on into ever-increasing cold areas, I really just kind of want to hoof it here a little bit. And try to get to a different section of the world where hopefully, maybe, presumably, we're going to have a little more opportunity to find some cool stuff. Small town, plenty of shops to loot. Region 6, called it, and that is exactly the kind of thing that I was hoping for. Region 6 of 10, huh? Okay. Looks like we got ourselves, what have we got? A church, a campsite, and another marina, which we don't really need right now. So let's make our way over to this church and see what we can find. Here we go. Nice. Grave Grotto. Good shelter. Often has rags, stitching kits, and alcohol. Ooh, stitching kits. Yes, please. That would be magnificent. Also don't seem to recall seeing any crows for a while as well, so maybe at some point we're going to see something along those lines too. Empty. Marvellous. Can I loot these cars or not? I can loot this one. Good. Double empty. Tremendous. Alright. So not an awful lot of luck so far, but maybe if we just keep on pushing further back here, we're going to find some cool things. Certainly plenty of places to potentially sleep. Waha! Fishhook. Tremendous. And rabbits as well. So many goodies. Some nice tweedy sounding birds here, potentially trying to lull me into a false sense of security. So all these enticing lootable areas, but not finding an awful lot of stuff yet. There is that giant patch of poison ivy that we're going to make sure, hopefully, that we don't run into. What else have we got here? Come on, RNG, if that is in fact a thing in this game. I keep wanting to try and loot these letterboxes, but so far none of them appear to be lootable. I'm a little bit underwhelmed with this area so far. It was very nice to get that, that fishing hook, but considering the number of different things that we've been able to loot here at the... Whoa, look out. Oh, stitching kit. I mean, that's also quite nice. Let's try and get back away from that pig so they leave us alone. And if they do nick off, then I think it might be time to set ourselves this spear trap, because it would be nice to get some more boar hide. Let's give it a go. Wow, I really need to get warm. It's not looking great at all. Let's solve some of these problems right now, actually. Need a bit of a drink. Where are you? Hello. Come on, let's do it. Just a little further. Come on. Oh, this is just silly. What are you doing? There we go. I was nearly convinced that was going to backfire there for a moment, but we seem to be okay. Hopefully there are no more hostile creepy crawlies around. Seeing a lot of spider webs and having played a substantial amount of video games in my life, kind of anticipating the arrival of some giant spiders, but that must surely be a flight of fancy. All right, we can sleep in there, which is fine. And sleep is certainly something that we want to do, but I want to have a look at our crafting opportunities here to try and get ourselves some more warm things. What are we currently wearing? A knit hat, a rabbit pelt jacket, nothing on our hands, rabbit pelt pants and light boots. So the hat, the hands and the boots, I think, are the things to work on at the moment. And let's see, with nothing on our hands, we might try and do that first. Some boarhide gloves. Let's do it. We'll equip those. See what that does to our little meter in the top corner. I mean, not much, but every bit counts. A hat and boots. Let's give it a go. That should make a reasonable difference. Boarhide hat. Can I make boarhide boots? I can. So it's one for each of those and a stitching kit, which I think we should also be able to craft given what we have here. Yes, indeed. Good. All right. Pop on that hat. Again, let's watch that little meter in the top corner. Nice. Boarhide hat, boarhide gloves. Time for some boarhide boots. Yes. Lucky last. Nice. All right. Pardon me. We're fresh out of stitching kits here at the moment. Leather kit, stitching kit. Okay, we've got one leather kit that I remember seeing. It's still only one wolf hide, which would be nice for all those things, but I would prefer to try and get some multiple wolf hides and then try and replace some of these rabbit objects. All right. So now that we've got these, we're going to turn those into rags because we don't need them anymore. Tremendous. Groovy. All right, so the recording clock is telling me that that is all for this episode. So thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. And if you're interested in listening to the podcast I'm a part of, you can find the details in the description below. And also, if you want to reach out to me personally on Twitter, my Twitter handle is @Kalinskald. That's KALINSKALD. So thank you very much for watching, and come back soon for more Let's Play The Flame in the Flood.